guess there's no better game to start off with than the granddaddy of survival horror, Alone in the Dark. It came out way back in 1992, and even though the graphics haven't aged well, it still has the creepy atmosphere of the Lovecraft stories it's loosely based on. The combat system wasn't very refined, but it did let you pimp slap giant rats. Ooh, that's satisfying. Okay. If your tastes are more modern, Fear may just be the game to scare your pants off. The first-person shooter takes the creepier elements of Japanese horror films and pairs them with explosive action sequences. It doesn't hurt that it features spooky atmospheric lighting and creepy ghosts who can say more than just boo.
She is a prisoner.
But not every game needs high-tech visuals to scare you. In 1997's Clock Tower for the PlayStation 1, players are on the run from a dangerous serial killer named Scissorman. Gee, wonder how we got the name. Ooh, right in the baby pouch. When Scissorman is hot on your heels, you'll have to choose quickly between hiding, running away, or fighting. Hopefully next time you'll bring something a little more deadly than a bedsheet. Clock Tower is a bit of a hidden gem. A lot of players missed it thanks to the limited release, but it's worth a second look now that you can get it for a cutthroat price.
Are you okay?
It may not sound like it, but what you're hearing is the sweet sound of success. Coming in at number 7, Siren for the PS2 was a below-the-radar hit a couple of years ago.
You can see visions. You're not safe here.
Any fan of Japanese horror films like Pulse or Dark Water will fall in love with this game instantly. It has enough haunting imagery for 100 games, but the real draw was the ability to temporarily see through the eyes of the monsters surrounding you. If the game didn't feature a lame British dub, it would have ranked even higher on the list.
The dog's already dead anyway.
But trust us, it's still damn scary. Clive Barker's Undying is looking good in 6th place. Based on the story by the prolific horror writer, the game lets you play as Patrick Galloway, a paranormal investigator and occult expert who comes to the aid of a friend in need.
Strange events began happening around the manor.
From the first few scares, Undying feels like a classic ghost story. Chilling, thrilling, and a lot of fun.
You will come to learn fear as I have.
At number 5, Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem is slowly unraveling our psyches. And yes, we mean that in a good way. Players take charge of Alexandra, a young woman who has to solve the mystery of her grandfather's untimely death and her cursed family tree.
There's been an accident.
As you venture forth, your sanity meter drops, and when that runs out, you begin to hallucinate.
Fear not, for I will keep the darkness away.
Sometimes your hallucinations are pretty straightforward, but at other times, the game makers simulate video and audio glitches to throw you off kilter. It's a nifty fourth wall breaking gimmick that keeps you on your toes throughout the whole bloody affair.
This isn't really happening!
What's left to say about Resident Evil 4? Well, how about saying that it's the 4th scariest game of all time?
Sounds like you thought this one out pretty well.
Thanks to jolting surprises and monolithic monsters, this shooter will have you jumping out of your seat every other minute. Even though this game had more thrills than chills, it still managed to work in plenty of unexpected surprises along the way.
What happened? There was someone over here.
Flying into number 3 is Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly. This scarefest is part survival horror, part Pokemon Snap. Okay, I know that doesn't sound very frightening, but let me explain. In order to vanquish the ghostly apparitions that frequently pop up, you have to take pictures of them. What may surprise you is the genuinely scary atmosphere that this very Japanese horror game creates. Taking a big number 2 on the competition is System Shock 2. This ghoulish game is an overlooked gem from way back in 1999. At the beginning of this first-person shooter, you're awoken from a deep space sleep to discover that something's gone seriously awry with your travel plans.
You're on board the Starship Von Braun and something's gone very, very wrong.
You can say that again. As if that weren't enough, monsters are constantly popping out of nowhere to try and kill you. The graphics may not have aged that well, but the top-notch sound design is still in full effect.
So sick.
The number one scariest game of all time is Silent Hill 2. In this surreal nightmare simulation, players take control of James, a troubled widower who gets a letter from his dead wife saying that she's waiting for him in the forbidden hamlet of Silent Hill. When he gets there, he finds a mysterious look-alike.
Do I look like your girlfriend?
Some creepy children.
Did I scare you?
And enough freaky monsters to fill 1,000 bad dreams. The grainy film quality, eerie visuals, and dreamlike narrative make this one of the most unforgettable experiences you can have with a video game. And it doesn't hurt that your arch nemesis in the game, Pyramid Head, is one of the most disturbing monsters ever conceived. I mean, just what the hell is he doing here? With all this going for it, it's easy to see why Silent Hill 2 is the pinnacle of survival horror and the scariest game of all time.